Live from the Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort Studio in Farmington Hills, Michigan, it's the Zia Oram Show.
شد مردوثة البايد شن بلا خيون بث نهرين معمورين شلامة وحباب براسي كلذانا يا كلذانا يا بشرب مشمي ما دم ما بش صبيان دمي ما أمسد ليل بلم كمي كلذانا يا كلذانا يا بقيلد ما حيلي كوش مدخن دقاريلي آوا مثلو أنا خيلي كلدانا يا كلدانا يا كل يشد أبرح بخالة راما كلدانا محباورة كلدانا يا 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 كلدانا يا
شماية عزيزة بشكالة جان زيا أورم إلى نمبر 1 شو.
أنا ملبانة يلدا قلة قدار نشلامي قمايا تأخوني جان زي أورم وقدار نشلامي خنة زودانا الأخواتي سالم جدو وأخواتي وأخوني جان جان يلدا خوشابه تتهاوى بصيخ أمه وآي قصيدة زين أمرنا دها إلى تجان زي أورم بس وأني بتوابش معه
مقبول.
يا جان زي أورم يا قورة الزونة خاثة يا جان زي أورم يا قورة الزونة خاثة اكطلب طالو صاخوثة وبيث ملي بركاثة مريم حاسيل بابوخ مرحبة ومرطاواثة تولي أمخ كم خازنخ قورنيخة ومكيخة اكشقلت وكياود بهديوثة بعيانة ولبخ بصيخة مريا بتهاوي أمخ وعمرخ بتاوي يريخة بس قالت كم شارتن بلوشانة بابا وساوة إيشع وتلميذ دي بقاود سورة محكاوة كالداي كم يقريلخ لذشولة رابة وطاوة طالخ كياون هوناي يا جان زي أورم كهند إيتا كم يقرت يلباند روح داين مريا إيل بعيانوخ بصلوثة ديمة مريم مريا إيل بعيانوخ بصلوثة ديمة مريم وكشوقنوخ بشلامه.
I'm Mario George Zoma.
This is Brooklyn Marie Hadir Yaldo.
I'm Isabella Alos.
This is Abigail Rita Hadir Yaldo.
I'm Grace Davish. Welcome to the John Zia Oram Show.
I'm Maxwell Munder Zoma. Shlama.
Shlama Maxwell. Shlama locho khawatha khatwatha John Zia Oram. Khazan khilyawan.
كلش خليوت.
Good.
أنا خليوان. لو.
I didn't ask you. I'm talking about myself. I do 27 now, right? Well, I don't 77. So it's a whole lot of difference.
27 out of 72 خليوان.
You weren't even born. Hadir Yaldu is 664. He doesn't look it either, Harry.
Harry's not. He's not
asking
64.
me to get you across the border. Are you still? What's going on with the rule in Canada?
So I heard it's a lot better, isn't it? But you still have to be vaccinated to get in there. But as far as
So Joe Oram cannot go to Canada then, or a cruise.
he's not vaccinated?
No.
Oh.
That's what he told me. I believe he is.
I thought he was, but he told me he wasn't.
Oh. So you can always tell someone, why don't you, like if you want something and you don't want people to come, do it the place where you need vaccinated. So you'll know they can't come, right?
To know who can come and who cannot
can't
come.
So
maybe next time if I do a fundraiser, I'll do it in Canada.
No, you want their money. First take their money and tell them we'll give you a free trip somewhere.
Get Canadian money.
Unless you're vaccinated.
Canadian money's more.
No, tell them you're going to trip to Niagara Falls.
Niagara Falls.
That means you're not going to spend the trip because if they're not vaccinated, they can't go.
I haven't been to Niagara Falls since I was a kid.
I haven't took you yet? Seriously?
Last time because every time I go to Canada, I just take the 401 just straight to the church or straight downtown. I never go down to Niagara Falls since I think it was 2011.
Oh, you did?
I've been in Niagara Falls.
I've been there 6 times since you've been on this show, including doing Corona.
How much more south is it from 401?
45 minutes.
It's not bad.
No. A lot of traffic. You ever seen traffic?
I've been on traffic on 401.
9.8 million people live in Toronto. You know how much that is?
How much?
9.8 million.
That's a little more than Los Angeles.
That's a little more than the whole state of Michigan.
Yeah.
That's crazy. My Los Angeles. I don't know about Los Angeles. I'm talking about here. So today, the Tiger Open Day. So what happened? Did you go to the game? What's a Tiger? What do they do?
So
Talk English, man. Some people are texting me. They want to hear English. يمي كذا ميل Tiger.
Oh. So today is the first day. Today was first day of Detroit Tigers opening day at Comerica Park. It was raining a little bit. It was cloudy. It was a little cold. They won 5-4.
They did
against Chicago White Sox. So I was out. Me and my friends, we were going outside. You know, there's these tents.
I see you're dressed for it.
Oh, I had all the stuff. I was wearing a jacket in the car and everything. Car?
So how come you didn't do a video for us? Was people down there?
A lot of people down there.
Was Sam Yonu down there in his restaurant?
I didn't see him.
Oh.
Usually I go to his spot. But this year I didn't go.
Eat a pizza?
Because...
Where's the game?
George was at the game.
Oh, my son-in-law, Cameron, he led the game.
George Zomo?
Zomo, yeah. I'm glad he goes to the game and I got to work.
I used to go... So
what?
He
went with Blue Cross.
Oh,
so I used to go to the games almost every year. So you go to the games, the opening day, it's one price. But then the second game is less than half the price.
Okay.
So usually people go the second or the third game because that's when prices become cheaper.
So the Illiges are zillionaire in the first game, billionaires in the second games, and millionaires the rest of the season.
Millionaires or
That's
depends how much what their
what a big
standings are.
hype. Tiger, oh Tiger, oh Tiger. Oh.
So I love baseball. It's a good game. بصورة قرال قتة وبلبل.
Make a thwala night wukit.
يسوي صوتي كم روا أث لعبة
Machiawalo khubqatta.
قتة وبلبل like a little
Bird.
bean bag or ball or whatever it was.
We had that in Iraq.
Yeah.
Baseball.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. أمتل كيبة too.
No, we had baggy.
Bag.
Baggy.
Yes, and sometimes they would hit it with a قتة with a stick.
You did?
Well, this was way before.
Which soto? Hosea the soto.
أميرة.
Oh man, Bashin.
بس أك مخياوة لنا قتة.
Hosea Jazarifa, that was you. Who was she? Your mom's mom?
That's
Right.
Amira's mom. So that's my great grandmother.
Oh, no wonder she took after her.
Yeah.
Because Zarifa, what I'm hearing, she was pretty tough.
My
'Cause,
grandma.
if she was a businesswoman, she could have ran McDonald Corporation.
Yeah. And my grandma was the second
So
oldest.
how much of that blood is in you? Your night? Because you're kind of slick.
I have the stubbornness.
Okay, that's important. I noticed that already. Okay.
The stubbornness.
Yeah.
I have. You probably didn't see the temperament, but I do have
I'll
the
throw you out of the hotel window. How I'm going to see it?
But I've
You
been
think I'm gonna
controlling
put
my
up with-
I've been controlling my temper and.
You have a temper?
Oh yeah.
You didn't have a temper when you took everybody's $150 for your campaign.
But I had a temper when I lost.
Oh, you did?
Oh, when I lost, I was more mad than sad.
What does that mean?
Like I was angered by the results that took place. I thought, I would probably be 6th, 7th, probably, up there, but didn't.
Can't think that way, Paul. Been doing politics a long time. You can't think that way.
But you don't give up in politics.
Well, it's like the Tigers, right? It's opening day. I can tell you they'll be in the last place on the last day of the game, of the season. But they don't get mad. They just make money.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing in politics. You ever seen a politics sad and upset, like you say?
No.
You get other people's money. They use other people's offices. They drive other people's cars, taxpayers' cars. And they hire other people on taxpayers'
They
money.
eat food paid by the other person.
All of them. So why would they be upset over
Absolutely.
something? You know why they're upset when they lose? Because they can't find another job. At least you have a job.
Absolutely.
You have a business. Most all of them can't find
That's what
another job.
I heard. It said majority of the politicians become politicians because they can't get a real job.
I don't think 90%. These senators, you know how they're doing all the sanction against Russia? I think Russia and the United States together should do sanction against these senators because they all crook, and they all make millions and millions of senators. I didn't say a president. Get the president, like somebody finally admitted yesterday to me, there's just president is almost like a quarterback.
Yeah.
He's just a quarterback for a team, no matter who it is. They can't have no power. They have nothing to do. But these senators, see, presidents come and go every 4 to 8 years, except Trump.
Trump and George
No,
W. Bush.
except Trump, because Trump worked really hard to be 8-year president,
Yeah.
not 4. Okay, I'm not trying to attack him, but it's true. Senators, they go between 6 years and 60 years.
Absolutely.
How can that be?
I look at we.
I watch them. They confirmed this Supreme Court Justice
Ketanji
Johnson,
Brown Walker, I believe.
Jackson. And it was a beautiful video I seen, about 2 minutes of it. All of them clamping. And all the Democrat on one side, 50 of them, were clamping. That they swore in or something or confirmed.
They confirmed her seat.
And Mitt Romney was on the left side.
Yeah.
And rest of the 49 Republicans left. Shame on you. I don't care who you are. Why are you coming back here to America and teaching us how dictators live and how nasty they are? And that's what you guys are. We as Chaldeans, we don't want to live like this. We don't want to live with hatred. We don't know we live to split us like they did with us in Iraq. We were nobody. at least be equal with somebody. So I never seen it in my life. She's got nothing to do with politics of it. She went to school, got to be a lawyer, was a prosecutor, got to be a judge, then federal judge, then bigger judge, then bigger judge.
She worked her way up.
Then she got appointed by a president in the right place and the right time. She got back from a Republican and Democrat. The Supreme Court, like her history, you know, and forever and ever. Okay, and a woman.
A black woman.
It doesn't matter. No, why is she black? She's American. Why does she have to be black?
First black woman in history.
That had nothing. You know why? Because whites are most racist people on earth. Against us too. I'd say it in English. Against us. They are. That's why you sit in here. You're not a council person because they're racist. They're prejudiced. So they take the color of a human being and they judge by their color.
Absolutely.
They don't judge by their wealth because money talks and BS walk. So this woman.
I was judged at times.
It happened to you. You may not know it, but me looking from outside in, mind you, I'm for everybody. I'm more white and more black and more. We are Americans.
I was told by some residents that I'm only doing it just for and only Chaldeans, which is wrong. And I was called an Arab, and I was called all these kind of names. But at the end,
you still vote with the 50 senators.
Yeah.
You believe in their philosophy. I'm not saying because they say I'm not a Democrat or Republican. I am Chaldean, proud American. And I can be anything I want. I can sit anybody I want. But when you get confirmed first time in history, and you say a woman, picture your niece or my daughter or somebody else, and you say black, that's all positive, stays in it, and they walk out of the confirmation, and they work for the people. They don't work for their Target or Walmart or McDonald Corporation. They give them all these billions, or Boeing, when they crash the plane, they let them back in, or all these companies that make the weapons, or the $4.20 a gallon I put in my truck. The last 3 days I've been traveling, that they work for all these companies. But Annie, what rights do they have to walk out? They
are elected by the people.
That's right. They don't work for them. But when they leave there, each senator is worth like $20 million.
Absolutely.
At least Romney went in there worth $50 million.
And where's that money coming from? Because they only take $80,000 a year or something like that, or
they get their family members and their friends to be hired, and they get all this money.
They get the first dibs.
They get the first. At least Bush went in, was millionaire, and he left millionaire.
George Bush's father.
Both of them. They run the old Rothschild family style. Obama went in, he didn't have $300,000. He left with $25 million. So it's not because I said this and that.
The Clinton family was.
Clinton family always were hustling. I don't know how much. I don't think they had any money when they left. But now they worth a lot of money because of the book deal and all this deal. But I need to get sworn in. So picture this, Paul. Picture Paul Manny won, and he will one day. And they're about to swear you in front of the council and the mayor. And what is it? 7 members?
7 members, including the mayor.
Including the mayor. And 5 of them walked out. Well, you get a sworn in. Wouldn't that be a shame?
It's a shame because those are your colleagues for you to work with and to come up with some kind of agreement with.
Which agreement?
Whatever you're trying to do to pass resolutions or agendas for the city.
I was sitting with some people through a regular screen over at wherever I was sitting earlier in Dearborn, and what I saw was shameful. A lot of shameful things, but it was shameful. وخلنا من دقيقة معك قصة إنجليزي وقصة سورية. And the reason معك الإنجليزي because it's the council members in some small town mayors إلى بغزايا, including Harold, because he was ashamed. At America بتورده because they were 50-50.
And it's always going to be 50.
ضد dictators or crooks or corruption or كل عمرا.
And they'll never, as I hope to see some kind of bipartisan agreements rather than disagreements, because nowadays, like what you said, 50-50.
How can that work?
You know what I'm saying? And it's it's sad to say that, okay, Democrats are gonna do one side and Republicans have the other side, and if you don't like it, too bad. We're just gonna.
بس لا Democrat to Republican Paul مني إلى كل يدعمه يدخله كل related إلى somehow to run for office. They make their own deal. More Democrats harm more urban cities than any Republican ever dreamed. There's no Republican in charge of urban cities. Harala urban. Why do they have to be urban? Why can you, when they try to bus them in the 70s and go to schools in the suburb, everybody screamed because they were of color. What are they going to do to our color? What are they going to do to all these people coming here of color? But look what they done to this woman, Supreme Court Justice, and they walked out when they were confirming her. And who went over the top to confirm her? 3 Republicans.
Including one of them, Mitt Romney.
It doesn't matter. 3 Republicans. And their own people won. So, mil point D, siyasa is important for our people to run for office. Either you're going to run or they're going to run us the rest of our life. And we have a lot of good people, young people to run.
I said to myself, I didn't lose the election. Those who didn't vote lost the election.
Did you just run for did you run for office to get attention, or you ran for office?
I ran for office to help and serve the community in Sterling Heights.
Why? What organization helped you besides writing your checks? How did you get help? Did you get help from UAW?
I had to do it all myself. But as far as organizations,
get to the mic. I can't hear
as far as organizations, union organizations, or these kind of none. I had to do it all myself. I had to campaign door to door and asked these residents to make sure to vote for me.
But that's the first time you ran for office.
First
right?
time.
You're only young still, so.
And I'm overwhelmed by all the support I was given. Especially how many Chaldeans turned out to vote for a city election, and you
turn them out.
And usually city elections, less than 10% of the city population votes. And that's what usually Sterling Heights is about 135,000 population.
You were in the presidential year, right?
No, last year I was an odd year.
Oh, and you still didn't pull through?
No.
Wow.
And last year's election was only just a handful of cities and one Senate race.
You got a lot of people out on the odd year.
Yeah.
Wow.
A lot of people turned out to vote, but it wasn't.
So what's your game plan?
Now
we're not talking politics. We're talking overall Nashidian. So we can see what can we do to go to the next level and be proud and have a Soraya there, no matter what matha they're from. We have a problem with our mathwatha.
Now we have this. Now we have these midterm elections coming up, which is very important, especially for our community to go out and vote. Because this is what, our country is, dependent on, the Senate and the House of Representatives, the Congress, and especially the Congress. The president doesn't do, everything you think that they can do. It's majority of the Senate and the House that they pass the bills and they write the bills. So it's more important this year to go out.
A dictator president does everything.
Exactly.
Like the one in Hungary just won. Kidukhil Saraya, he likes Christians, but he's a dictator in Hungary, just like communism. I think he's running for like the 6th time.
In Hungary?
Yeah. He decided to run again, and he's a dictator. He does it his way. They say he's a couple years away from being a dictator.
Just like how they used to do it in Iraq.
We lived it.
Iraq, Saddam used to have 99 and sometimes 100% of the votes.
Well, I mean, he ran his own election, I guess. That's what it is. He's always won. Well, why Saddam? What's wrong with Barzani and Talabani?
No different.
I remember my dad passed away in 2012 at 100 and some. And I remember him telling me when I was 20, and that's a long time ago, And by then, he told me Mullah Mustafa Barzani, their father or grandfather, they were around 80 years. So
Barzani is just
80,
like a
80 and 40, that's 120. And 20 more, that's 140 years.
of that Barzani family.
So if Paul Mendy was smart, instead of Sterling Heights, he could have been in Erbil, right? Let's say you went to Harvard or graduated from
Some Ivy League school.
Lebanon University, American University in Lebanon or Jordan, top notch. And I mean, if you would have moved to Erbil, you would have been in the wrong zip code.
Mhm.
You couldn't run.
Yeah, no chance.
And Talabani's been there, the family, for like 150 years. So when you look at Iraq, example, forget these other countries. If you had somebody like Saddam or other people, whoever were in office, and you said Talabani, Barzani, 3 different area provinces, they're so big, right? Including, they both don't talk to each other in Kurdistan. The British mentality taught them what it is, right? British usually put them there. They may not put the Saddam there or whoever it is, but they put the system in place.
They had a lot of influence.
They put the system in place. Well, that same system they put there, they put him here in the United States. You know, like Corona. There was Corona in Erbil or in Duhok or Iraq when there was Corona in Detroit or was Bloomfield or Sterling Heights. So the same British set up a system. They set it up worldwide because at one time they conquered the world. And that system is backfiring on here and in England, by the way. Queen or king or royalty or bull.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you look at it, what am I saying? I'm saying that it's going to affect us if we don't change as Chaldeans, because we may go back to that system where they're going to run us here. I notice how these people running for Congress in these district changes, state rep in the district changes, they come and don't give them any money. I'm telling you that. Ahmadil Bishmaili, don't give them a dime, none of them. I don't care if they state rep. Well, because they wipe us out just to ask for money and BS us. I don't see any chair of any party of Democrat or Republican or independent or state or county or city ask our people, would you like to run, we'll back you. Forget our organization. Our organization do nothing for anybody. They do it for members. They do a great job for their members. And you have to be a Chaldean, you have to pay a membership. So
Which
it's up
is
to
sad.
you. But 50% of the membership on these boards, some 70% I found out today's meeting, are not even Chaldeans, but they call Chaldeans on their board, not members, on their board. That means people are making decisions.
It's confusing.
It's very confusing. I don't know how you can be in Jewish board
misleading.
or in black board or Muslim board and be somebody else. I never. You could be.
You're misleading the public.
Well, you need to change a brand and a name. You can't keep calling it that. So what happened is you take the British mentality and back it up, what, couple of 100 years?
Yes.
I know in the 60s or 50-something, my dad was telling me that when Iraq got separated with Kuwait to Basra, Lakin Maho, and you bring it back here to Sterling Heights. It is happening the same way. So what happened, they won against you, they block you out, and nobody defended you. I'm talking about you that you ran for office. And if we don't run for office, I run the offices, so people ask me, why don't you run from what?
You're more of a politician than a politician.
Well,
you know more than a politician.
I keep them honest. I met with a couple of them today. I keep them honest.
Absolutely.
And they're friends of mine. And I know how to read them. And I
You're more
tell
of
them
a-
same thing I'm telling you, and the people are listening.
You're
So
more
I
of a
don't
good
know.
PR.
Well, I know what they're up to, and I know what they're going to do. But when they got these events, these parties, with the Democrat Party, Republican Party.
And I get these invites
Yeah.
all day.
Yeah, but you were smart. You ran. You've proven to them to run. So the day after you run and you won or lose, you should have got a position in some kind of committees or something, because you pull, I don't know, 40%, 30% of the population that vote. They voted for you, right?
Yes.
Not just our people.
One precinct direct, 49%.
See? So that didn't happen.
And that's never happened in any new candidate in Sterling Heights history.
Say that again.
No non-incumbent in Sterling Heights City Council or mayor has ever reached 50% or 45% of a precinct. I got 49%.
Did you get a call from any party inviting you to things or be involved as a young man?
When, during, or after?
Anytime.
All day.
Did you get a call from the leadership of the party? I want to talk to them. Who called you?
It's more about paying your dues and joining us. As far
I'm
as
not talking about that, Paul. That's bullshit.
As far as
that's public. That's selling. That's like the guy trying to sell you life insurance. What do you know what a party leadership is, Ait?
Yeah.
What?
So as far as if you want to be in a precinct delegate or precincts, congressional precincts, or county parties.
So do you know how to work or no? So if you run for precinct delegate,
yes,
public people vote for you.
Yes.
And you win. You report to precinct president.
Chairman.
No, hold on. Just slow down. This ain't the church or the St. Tiger game with Sam Yono downtown, okay? This is John Zia Oram show. This is good information, Paul.
Yes.
Then the precinct president reports to the local officials in that party, Democrat or Republican. Local officials report to the commissioners. This is all politic-wise, not job-wise. Then the commissioner goes with the mayor and reports to the Michigan representative, let's say in Sterling Heights. Then they report to the congressional person, and the congressional person reports to the senator, and the senator in the party reports to the president executive's office.
It's like a hierarchy.
All in politics hierarchy. So like in the Oakland County in 13th District, when Brenda Lawrence was congresswoman, she still is, she's quitting. Don't know why. She chaired the Democratic Party in Oakland County. So it goes from, just like any job, Paul, it goes from the local, city, county, state, federal. Not they call you, they want a membership. That's all garbage. And these are all moochers, by the way. I've been in every meeting. I probably went over 400 meetings because I wanted to be involved, make sure our people were protected. I done a lot behind the scene to protect from our people being harmed. And now it's put up or shut up, including on this show, that we need to get together and try to get our people, if they want to run for office or
run for office.
But I think a lot of our people, they mixed up. There's nobody leading them to the polls to understand what this is, but you did it. So did you just, you woke up one day and the reason I'm talking about it because what I saw I changed my agenda for today a little bit. The reason I'm talking about it because what I saw it happen in Supreme Court. To me, Supreme Court and Paul Mendy is the same. There's a woman, they call a black woman. I don't know why. She's American. They fought the war here. They've been here for hundreds of years. She worked her way up. Now, nobody gave her nothing. And they act like they gave her something. Right? I don't know who the person is. Doesn't matter. I don't really care. And the Congress and the senators in the thing there, they get up and walk out. And here's a guy like Paul Mendy in Sterling Heights, a little city. I don't know, he says third or largest or fourth in Michigan. And he ran and picked up, let's say, 33% of the vote. Example. A young man, that's big plus. Not at 40, not at 58. Normally, that's what they do. And you just left. Not one single person called you. Not from the community, our own Chaldean. Not from the organization. Not from the political party.
It's like you
even won a primary.
It's like your
first one ever, right?
Yeah, I was back to reality at that moment.
Right?
Back to doing what I was doing before I was campaigning. But I said to myself, I took, after the campaign, I did take some time off to relax. And all that.
You did?
Yeah.
What you come to Florida for when I took care of everything and you got me sick? Well, when did you take out? Where did you go? You
No,
just
I just-
chilly out, chilling?
I just relax as far as
Oh, you did?
rest and all that.
You ran once
Yes.
and you chilled out. And I've been doing this for 51 years. But I'm looking good, Paul.
You look good.
I'm looking good, bro.
But I said to myself,
I'm looking good.
I still have a long way ahead of me. I'm still young. And will I run again? Yes, I will run again. When? I'm not sure when. But at the same time, it's
Or you can promote people to run.
absolutely
I'm
that's
thinking your social media.
and that's what I'm doing. I'm helping and I'm encouraging people that I know to vote for, our young Chaldean woman Monica Yutuma that's running
For her
for county commissioner.
in Oakland County.
Yes. And for a woman like her to wake up one day and say, I want to run, inspires a lot of other women to follow her path.
So she must have been born here or something.
She was born here.
So why is the woman
And I admire that.
Why is the
in
woman
her.
always mentioned in politics? Is the woman supposed to be not smart or something?
I don't know. But
Never had the opportunity.
yeah, exactly. They never had the opportunity
Where, in Iraq?
over here.
Oh, in politics. Oh, my son Michael Oram, that future son-in-law for somebody. He's telling me that's my point, Michael. I'm asking the question because I know the answer.
Never had the opportunity, and
Sad, isn't it?
it was very
So
sad.
we ran away from the British. Go back to my point. That's a good show. We ran away from the British mentality ruling the world and ruled here, right? North America and South America, whatever they are, India and China, all that. Then we come here, and we're supposed to be free of women and free of this. So that means they were not even allowed to vote, right? Long time ago, the woman maybe, or like I know the color people were not allowed to vote.
I believe in the Middle East they weren't allowed to vote. Women, they had no say in politics. They had no say in a lot of other things. I'm not sure with America when women were given the opportunity to vote. Yep, something like 100 years ago before.
Ray Hamama right here, he says we need to do, very hard to see, Ray, but I'm going to read it. The DNA for Democrats and Republicans to find out who are they and where they come from and what type of blood they have. I can answer that, Ray. They came from Eastern Europe. Almost 90% of this population, the politic in the United States comes from Eastern Europe. That mentality, like I said, of the British ruling and European ruling at the same time started with London. So most of our leaders in the United States, Ray, were basically from Eastern Europe. Before Hitler, Germans, Dutch, they all up north. If you go up northern Michigan, anything north of Saginaw, and Paul knows I do a lot of stuff up there, they're either French, German, Welsh, Dutch. All your cows, all your milk, all your grain, everything you get comes from that. Those are the people that came here many, many years ago, and they fought the system that was already here to do that kind of policy. And about the other 30%, they came from Ireland, England, Dutch, Holland, those people. But if you go into northern Michigan, that you want to see history 100 years ago, 100 and here in the United States, is still up there. The Amish, they still living like that. I was just up there for the last 4 days. I come in, I do a show, I run back out. And that's how they did it. They came here and they stole most of the native Indians' land by gun. They were so ugly between the Eastern Europe and the Western Europe in the West that we had a civil war here. what going to happen to us is the effectiveness of what I'm saying today in 2022. And this is going to be repeated 2032 and 42 and 52, what I'm saying. I do a lot of work on this on my own. And if I don't do it, it's thrown in my face. And I just saw it this week, last couple of days when I've been up north. While you sleep, I'm still working, Paul.
I like that.
Right? You like that?
I like that.
So we're going to finish a little bit here, and we're going to come right back. Of John Zia Oram Show. I need you guys to go to YouTube. This is a very good subject to talk about because the next few weeks we're going to change to talk about these things. And we're going to take people on. So Monday, we're going to have Judge Deborah Nance. She's in the 46th District Court in South Hill and Beverly Hills and Franklin and these other.
Good area.
Franklin, South Hill, Beverly Hills, right? Michael, what's that other one?
Huntington.
Lutheran Village. No, Lutheran Village. And there's another city over there. And we're going to talk about her experience being a judge in the last maybe 12 years. 12. And she's very smart. And we're going to ask her those things because the reason I talk about a lot of this stuff, me and her were talking about that off the record and talk about things. And we're going to encourage our people to write the governor to appoint some of our people to the judgeship. You get appointed, you don't have to, you just have to have 5 years of law degree before you can get appointed to a judge. Because we probably pay up more than most people. So we're going to be right back. Thank you.
There's a sense of anticipation, electricity in the air. You think tonight is your night, and you're in luck, because here, a great time is a sure thing. This place is certified hot. This is Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort. Go on a hot streak unlike any other, with hundreds of the hottest slots, certified by their manufacturers to be set to the best paybacks guaranteed. Plus the hottest table games, and sizzling live entertainment and nightlife. So why play at just any casino when you can play at the only casino and resort that's certified hot? This is your night, and it's time to experience more at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort.
Hello, my name is Bilal Hamoud. As a lifelong resident of Dearborn and Dearborn Heights, I'm excited to announce my candidacy to be your next state representative. I'm the proud son of Samir and Hanadi, hardworking immigrants who sought a better life. My father began his life here by fixing cars and went on to become a successful business owner, laboring day and night to provide for me and my siblings. Like so many families, my mother works 2 jobs so that her children have the resources to rise above any challenge. Through their example, I carry the values of service, hard work, and commitment to family and community. But it was you, the Dearborn Heights community, that raised me, the Dearborn community that educated me, and this Metro Detroit community that inspired me and makes me proud to call this my home. It was you who filled the libraries I grew up in, built the parks I played in, and helped me translate my passions into a lifelong commitment to public service. I'm running because hardworking families deserve leadership that will address critical gaps in our infrastructure, redefine public health, and bolster our economic recovery. As an advocate, I fought alongside key organizations to support Michigan educators, to protect our environment, and to provide for underserved families, addressing issues at the most basic level of human need, such as hunger and housing. Through my work at the Executive Office of the Secretary of State, I've partnered with cities across Michigan to tear down barriers to accessing government resources and protect our voting rights. Now, I want to focus those efforts back to the place I've called home my whole life. My name is Bilal Hamoud, and I'm running to be your next state representative. I hope to earn your vote on August 2nd.
She wants is another baby. She's gone tomorrow, but all that she wants is another baby. Yeah. All that she wants is another baby. She's gone tomorrow, but all that she wants is another baby. Yeah. Gearing up like we own it. Unconfined, not controlling. Gypsy like, yes, we're moving. Shoulders ready, everybody shush la. Everybody shush la. Everybody shush la.
كدم صاليلا وردية تاخيرا يمد مريا بدم خلصالم كل وايم كل قدشي وكل بلايم يا مريم طواني ثان طري بليل بقوش انثى درش لا مبادي بيثا داها وهر شعث دموثا طلبهم يما حلوثا ومن برونه غالبوثا خلصهم أربع شراثا بشعثا خراث دموتا هالجبل بشعث
أخوات وأخوات عزيزة مشونيلة رحمة مريا محسيثة حياة هرمز توما عبدو اديوم خشكة وقرتدية بس تعزيتها إلى الدها بقاود قاعد مطعم صحارى والشيث بقاود إشوى بعصرته محسيثة حياة هرمز توما عبدو اديوم خشكة وقرتدية بس تعزيتها إلى الدها بقاود قاعد مطعم صحارى بستيرلينغ هايتس والإشوى بعاصرته هم مشونيلة رحمة مريا محسيا مايكل ستيفن سناوي بدهاو قرتدية صبرة يوم الشبثة شيث بقاود السرم خشكة بإيت دمارتوما بوست بلومفيلد محسيا مايكل ستيفن سناوي بدهاو قرتدية صبرة يوم الشبثة بشيث بقاود السرم خشكة بإيتد مارتوما بذيتد وست بلومفيلد ألام حاسيلة وهوا ملكوث دشمية
أخنيت كيلي وخ الله هالموثى بدخد مخلاك تدم شافل فد من برونخ قوم الكوثة خازخ لخ قوم الكوثة يمني دبرونخ توتا يا يما دي شعب ثلتا شدها ويا خرثا طوتا يا يما انطواني ثاكن شهخ لخ كل شعثا مصاليل بداية موثا تدمح يمقا ونخطيثا دماحي قناها نخطياثا نحطاها.
Welcome back, Akhawatha Khathwa. Thank you, Paul, doing reading Taziyatha. You do a good job at this. And now you sound like a young man.
About 40
wow.
years old.
I swear it sounded like I didn't know. I didn't look it up. But so, Akhawatha Khathwatha, Ray Hamamo is writing about a party and how they care. Our politicians in the United States, they're like the British ones. They're not dictators, but they foresell. So anytime you donate money to the Political Action Committee, PAC, or you donate it to them, you get what you want. So this week, I was traveling, and in my hotel room, I saw Johnson, what's his name, the Prime Minister of England. Boris Johnson, the ex-mayor of London. He took $3 million. The reason oligarchs are in London with their mansions and the Queen, and he made him Lord of London. You know, it takes like 100 years to make somebody like that, because the guy donated $1 million to him, and he goes, it wasn't to him, it was to his pack.
I wonder what he wanted in return.
He got to be Lord. You know what that is? He gets everything free for life, or he can enter the countries like a lord, because they were so crooked, the royalty, and like this queen, I think she's like 350 years old or something. She's worth like billions of dollars, and they keep saying royalty. And so that's what they brought to Enrico. The problem is affecting people like you and the kids and others. And we got to do something about it. We can't go to war within ourselves, but if we don't, it's going to happen anyway. And the difference between senators and Congress people in the United States, they're not like the governors. They're not like the council.
They're all different.
No, listen, Paul. They can accept money, but not from foreign entity.
Oh, absolutely.
But if they have a U.S. company set up here, LLC, then they can get the money. So all the corporations set up here, or all these crook corporations are charging me $5 for green peppers. I bought one green pepper, $5.24.
Where?
Kroger. I don't know where you, but you don't go shopping. You don't eat. You eat at a
One?
restaurant. Yes. It used to be 2 for $5. Then one time they were 3 for $5. So one green pepper is $5. I guarantee you that pepper wasn't grown in Michigan or Ohio. Came from somewhere. So my point is they work for these corporations, and the reason the research I did this weekend, because of this show, is that most of these senators and Congress people, they retire, they go on the board of these corporations. Then they go to the people that replaced them and be lobbyists. Okay? And that's how they make it. And what happened is it got so ugly and so big up in the top, is affecting the people down on the bottom now.
It is.
And you can't just say, oh, Trump did this and he was wrong, and Biden did this, he's wrong. Paul Many, those two have nothing to do with how gas goes and gas comes.
It's the legislators.
That happens the way the British system was set up. Okay, Boris Johnson, I was shocked. He just accepted from this oligarch like 6 months ago, $2 million. And he didn't admit it when he was, we're going to put sanction. And they put all this sanction, by the way, on these oligarchs. They didn't put it on all their friends, because they set up LLC in different part of the world, and they can keep their money and keep their ship. So it's Putin. You remember the old thing of Saddam Hussein? It was Saddam. And you remember Corona, Corona, not the beer, but the Corona. Everything was Corona.
Virus.
So everything you hear now is Putin. But they don't say what's around this Corona, what was around Saddam Hussein, and what is around Putin. Because American, the German and the French especially, and the British are same thing. So they are for sale. They don't belong to a party. You have a check, you can get anywhere you want here. Legally, they call it. But if you make one little mistake, including you running for office, you go to prison for $100.
You get indicted. And
there's a clerk, I just read it, in Flint area. He got indicted because he married a couple, and something happened with the divorce. This is today on paper right now. And I know the clerk. And the sheriff there doesn't like him. So instead of the government, he charged him with the criminal activities of harassing his staff. And he jailed him, just like you guys had that lady in Macomb County clerk. They arrested her, you remember? Carolyn something, Prince or something.
Long time ago.
No, 4 years ago,
Yeah.
whenever they wanted to chase her.
Same with the old prosecutor of Macomb County.
Yeah, what?
The old prosecutor of Macomb County.
Yeah, where is he? I thought he's in jail too. Right?
Yeah, he's in jail too.
So what we need to do is run for office. From you.
If you don't want to run, encourage other people to run. And
right. Don't talk them out of it. Encourage them.
And if you can't find people to run, encourage them to vote. That's the most important. Encourage them to vote, and encourage them to run for office.
This is April, right?
Yes.
We have election here in August.
We have the primary in
So
August.
August is the 8th month. We're only 4 months away, and now one single person in our community
We
is
have a
talking
special.
about it.
There's a special election in another month from now.
Well, in each city or something, if somebody die or somebody needs to get
Resign
appointment.
or someone gets to another position,
but the
whatever.
real one is in August, then November.
August 2nd, I believe,
And in November.
November.
So we have 4 months to go.
So it's
And nobody's talking about it.
not yet.
No, our community. What do you mean not yet? Americans are working hard. They're going door to door. They campaigning. They doing things. They getting the votes done. They getting the signatures. Weren't you going to work for Phil Kavanaugh and do signatures?
Yes.
What happened?
Just.
You busy?
Too busy. Too busy, and it's been raining almost.
Even my mom says Paul is busy all the time on the radio.
It's been raining daily.
I haven't been here, so is this? Look at that. Do I look like I was here?
No.
Damn, bro.
I thought that was just your original look.
When I was born, my mom come around headed to a smoker.
Smoker. أني أن شوية كمري طالي وتو هذا بهورة كد وتو هويا. وإنه خوارة كد وإنه هويا.
You are?
I was super white, I heard.
You were?
Yeah. I was white and bright.
I was gonna make a comment, but I didn't know.
We'll do it after the show.
Yeah. So, remember Governor
Governor Whitmer
fixed the damn road?
So it's been 8 days since she announced that Chaldean American Month, and so far, I haven't received.
Did you get a check?
No check and no benefit.
Oh. But you remember what she said, fix the damn roads?
Fixed it, yeah.
Well, since last Friday, today's Friday, I drove almost 1,500 miles. Michael was with me once. And I was stuck on this 1,500 miles. Each 200 miles, this says 3 hours. With all these barrels out here again.
And no one's working?
And no one is working, still including 14 mile down the road. I've been counting them lately. No one.
Which 14?
It's taking me right here. They closed one, open one, and closed the other side. And I must have counted 1,400 miles. I must have counted 14,000 barrels.
I see a lot on 275.
And that didn't get fixed last year. That didn't get fixed the year before. It didn't get fixed. So because it's fourth year, right?
Same thing with Mound Road.
So what happened to fix the damn road? Oh, your Mound Road was horrible when I went to a funeral the other day.
It's terrible.
Horrible.
And I live right
I went
there.
right over the dirt.
Uh-huh.
And I broke the rule.
And you have the 75 issue. But that 75
no, you
is,
got
been
a lot
going,
of gas is $4.50 a gallon, and you're stuck in traffic. Technically, costs you $5.50. You sit it there.
A little more, yeah.
Right. So Governor Whitmore, during an election, when Trump was getting accused of his people kidnapping governor.
The plot and whatever.
Yeah. So what happened?
Two were acquitted, and another two, I think, were undecided.
Do you know what that means? Mistrial? What?
The jurors couldn't agree on what to do.
I mean, they're out too, right? They're not in jail.
The jurors couldn't
they
agree.
all four went home. You know how much it costs the government to do that politically? And that was done by 5 Democratic leaders of state of Michigan together.
Just to go in the court and
the county, the Secretary of State, the governor, the Attorney General, okay, all of them, and the treasurer, all 5 went after these guys. And I bet you taxpayers spent $40 million.
Plus how much if they were jailed too?
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, now they're going to sue, right?
Yeah, of course.
$40 million or more was spent to prosecute it, and today says, "Oh, we don't have no case."
Can you believe that?
I don't know. I wish it had.
This is a system. And the system, and I hope it gets fixed.
How?
By electing better people in office. To fix the system so that, we don't have to spend this kind of ridiculous amount of money for no reason. Or pass these bills and trillions and trillions of dollars and on I don't know what, or billions of dollars on fixing roads and fixing infrastructure and all that kind of stuff. So that's why we encourage everyone to go out and vote, but as more importantly, get your people out, because I think the filing deadline is a couple more weeks. Less than
19th.
Yeah, the 19th.
I was in a political meeting today without you. I was representing you.
You were what?
I was in a political meeting behind the scenes, not with politicians, and I represented you. I was talking about Paul Mendy.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. So, Chawatha Chatwatha, we're going to put this Who Are the Chaldeans in history, because it's Christmas, it's Easter.
It's
month.
Easter. And
we're going to put this little video, and there's explanation in there who we were and who are we, and I guess where we'll be going in our life, right? And what about
the past, the present, and the future?
See that? That's why they call you Smoko. Okay. So,
John, that's quite
like-
impressive. Where did you get it?
I've been studying this for a while, and I really wanted to do this. And what I'm going to do is we're going to tie this to the show, who really are Chaldeans. Because people think Chaldeans are party store owners or something.
No,
All over the country, not just here.
Or Chaldeans or Arabs.
Or Chaldeans are Arabs when we're not Arabs. We have nothing for or against Arabs.
You know, this is probably about, let's just say, 30 different images. Just taking one image, that research, doing the research on it, probably takes you.
And put them up on Joe Oram's billboard. Tell you that we got to educate the world who we really are. We're beyond the British. We're beyond what we talk about politics. And I believe
We speak the
we
oldest language.
Yeah, but I believe we can make a change in America in this world.
Of course we can.
I know they got rid of us, millions of us, many years ago, they say. But I believe أخني سورة ديان آخاتي وسورة محكو يا سيلو سورة ده هاي كده سورة وين
قصة كذا
ميكن اللي بلوك سورة هاي
من باب يساوي.
because أنا بالإنجليزي آيتي اللي بلوك سورة right
وبيذت وكذت لوشانخ ان الثيلة بطر لوشان ديان لا بشك محكاث لوشانو أخني بشنا محكوي أث لوشانو من خمشال بشنا ولدها ولوشان
Exactly.
you know cultures and languages as spoken after are extinct.
I think more and more دي أخلى ناشدية and Manila as we do research to make it simple hot فهميلة more and more the teaching is going to be غير شكل تدير. I was just with
Very
some people
educational.
last 2 days up north and they were stunned when I told them we spoke Jesus language because of Easter. They were absolutely stunned.
Absolutely.
And they didn't even know what Chaldeans are. And I'm talking 2.5 hours drive from here.
Because-
Not 2.5 days.
Absolutely.
They have no clue.
People thought Jesus spoke Hebrew, spoke Latin. No, he spoke Aramaic, he spoke Chaldean.
And you speak, you read that. Do you read?
Yes, we read it.
You read it, right?
That same ancient language that's been, since the beginning of Christianity.
So ندخل هذا
بيلبخ لا ناشديا خاصة يالديا أثمندي.
we need to, man.
That's how you keep the language alive.
Yeah, but they have language تاريخ دياني القوية, right?
And you don't want to just, people want to find out who are Chaldean, they'll just type Chaldean on the internet. It would just go on Wikipedia or go on different other sources, and those sources will give you wrong information. So it's very important we give our people the right information of who we actually are, because there are people who would say Chaldean came from this, or Chaldean is came from another sort of ethnicity, or they don't speak Chaldean, they speak Syriac, they speak different other language. No. Chaldean, it's written in the Bible. We speak that language. Abraham, the Ur, Babylon.
Look at the national American Mila, Abraham Mila, that's why we have to educate them somehow.
Absolutely. When you say Babylon.
We have to educate them outside the church.
Absolutely. And that's what I liked about this. It's a timeline that shows a Chaldean history, not about the church, about all
church teaching is
absolutely
about religion.
This is more about history and
it's about
and
whatever
language.
we talked about last hour. Politics, history,
and it
life.
Shows Chaldeans were the first
business.
to invent mathematics, invent the wheel, invent writing, invent astronomy, invent so many things that if it wasn't for us,
you think people would have voted for you if they knew all that?
Probably not.
Why?
Because it takes time for them to learn.
No, if they were educated enough, they would say, look at this bright young
Absolutely.
man. Instead of thinking you own a party store. Or
Absolutely.
See the PR, the public relation we have is horrible.
It's ridiculous.
It's horrible. So another thing keep in محكمة absurd l'shem American. زميلة أنا قاشدين بهذا فيسبوك دعاية. What are they ميلا بهذا? I'm not talking about Takashi, about them. But is church commercial now? So can we go in there and rap dance or jokes or what attention are they trying to get? To many.
I don't know what the.
As a father and a grandfather, I'm very and a son of my mom. I'm really upset at what I see. Unless somebody explained it otherwise.
لازم توا خواث الصورة تناشدين تيالدين دخ قيمي تدراوا
خواث هو لخاي تثيلخ بيته right
تدراوا هوا قوي هوا
أنا لو ذي هذا خبروني لو أي توي ذاك زي لو قامو خميلة شورا لو بيزار الإيتا يوتهو يا أخو محكي لك سورة يلبلوخ عربي with serve to church ليلا دخ أني لا بيوضع من دانا Facebook like it's a joke now or something. What is that? I'm not very happy about it, to tell you the truth, personally, for me and my family. And I'm not talking about
making fun of.
What is that?
Or dress how the elderly dress, or how they talk.
Are they trying to get more people to come to church?
يمكن.
We get more people to come to your shula by reaching your people in any business. So church is business too, right?
Marketing.
Exactly. And so instead of doing a Nostrum ad, example, they're doing a McDonald's ad.
Yeah.
To get us into the church. That doesn't work. أنا لو خزيا by religion خلنا called American و إتواثا لو خزيا لك
من ديبس. أني كثويلة وكمغزينة نيلة. That's how it is.
I know, بس شقة ميكثيلة وقاشم. I thought, Kayla, what happened here? I'm actually stunned. Till somebody explain it otherwise, is this how they tracking people to death? خلتو مريم خلتو شمامة وذاني تخراثة مثيلة كبيبل إيتا وكاميرا دخيو تبونا. What is that about? And on social media, what are we, a joke of the media now?
The main important is to teach the kids the lessons and the values of what we learn in church, to apply it in our life.
The real
absolutely
stuff. I know it's okay to get younger people to do certain thing. I wouldn't want anybody to teach my kids and my grandkids this. I mean, that's not the way you attract more parishioners to go to church.
That's how you make fun of your own community.
Well, kind of is like, I don't know. Maybe these guys, I don't know. I don't think they should be allowed to do that. And I think somebody should put it into it.
Because it has nothing to do with religion. It has nothing to do with...
Not even close. That's not what the seminary taught, is it?
No. Nothing to do with religion.
The priest that teaches, and I've been to the seminary and on events there. So the professor at seminary stood there and did jokes and jump up and down and did some dancing. And
if you do stuff like that, you're out.
You're thrown out. Thank you, Paul.
We appreciate you. وهاو يوم أوشعنانا ديوخن هاو بريخة وإلى شاقلوخن إلى صبرة كزالة الإيتا صبرة وهم خوشابة كمعيدي إذا أوشعنانا إلى يوم دد إيشوع كدويرة بأورشلم when he entered Jerusalem.
Wow.
ناشا واوا.
This week?
Yeah. ناشا كل ناشا تاما وطروبة وبزمارة وبهالهولة إيشوع كدويرة بأورشلم.
Wow, seriously?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It's one of my favorite feast days.
But now I'm very fearful of what I'm seeing. I don't like what I'm seeing personally. The John Zia Oram show doesn't like what I'm seeing. And something's got to be done about it. Because I don't think that's the way. It's not a joke. It's not a circus. And especially when there's ETA involved.
Especially controversial topics.
Especially, exactly. So thank you. It's still cold out there.
And some people don't like to listen to the truth.
We'll get to that.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Michael Oram. Thank you so much. God bless you. Be safe till Monday. Thank you. Thank you أخواتها وخطواتها بالصورة بسيمة. I hope خاز عجب لكم شو دي so Facebook دي أخو and so YouTube. John Zia Oram Show. Yimur Chatacha. Pass the word, please. Chatacha. Especially my immediate family of 150 family and relatives and nephews and nieces. YouTube, John Zia Oram Show. Yeah, it makes a difference. Thank you and God bless you and I love you, Yom. Good night.